Welcome back, and in the next tutorial we're going to show you how to sign a contract with the Office of Housing Residence Life at Ferris State University. In our first tutorial we showed you how to get to the My Housing link and portal through MyFSU, and this is what you come to, is that My Housing portal. There's going to be a navigation bar in black up at the top, and then it's going to have four subsections: messages, room selection, room assignments, and dining plans. All of those are blank because we aren't in a room selection process. We don't have a room assignment because we haven't signed a contract, and we don't have a meal plan because we haven't signed that contract. So we'll go up to these applications. We'll click the drop down, and you see there are a number of different applications. Our first one is, and I'll explain each of them. Our first one's our East Campus Suites contract. Understand that for East Campus Suites, you have to be 19 years or older by September 1st, or have lived on campus for 2 semesters. So if you don't qualify for either of those, you actually won't even see that selection. Or if the East Campus Suites are already full, you won't see that contract. The next one is our family townhouses, and you'll complete an application. Family townhouses, the 2 big criteria for that is either one, you have to have a spouse who's living with you, or you have to have a legal dependent. So a lot of times that constitutes as a child or someone who depends on you to provide their living. So those are the 2 big differences with the family townhouses. The residence hall contract is what a majority, I'd say 95% of our students use because they're first-year students coming to college. They want to sign that housing contract. That's going to be the one that you're going to select. And then the single apartment townhouse contracts is if you want to live in one of our apartments on campus that's not one of our townhouses, you have the ability to sign that contract or application also. So for the sake of this demonstration and this tutorial, we're going to click this Residence Hall Contract New Student, and it's going to show you the Residence Hall contract. This one is for the 2016-17 rate, or 2016-17 school year. And then it's going to talk a lot about the aspects of the contract guarantee, the assignments, how payments and the rates are handled, and then assumptions of risk and liability. Some other terms that are used within the contract: how to cancel it, how to get refunds, termination of the housing contract, how to check out, and vacation break period. It's highly important that students, when they click on this, read the entire housing and dining contract. At the very bottom, you'll be asked to sign electronically. Once you sign your name and you hit continue and pay that $200 contract guarantee, it's a legal and binding document. We will hold you to the contract. So let's say you sign it and a week later you're like, I want to live in an apartment off campus. You're still going to be held to the contract that you have with the Office of Housing and Residence Life. So it's very important that you read and understand all of that before you sign it. The big thing that I'll highlight is we do have a $200 contract guarantee. What that means is that at the time of you signing this contract, you have to pay a $200. A lot of times it's used as a deposit. At the end of your term of living with us, if you've done everything properly and there are no damages to your living environment, we have the ability to refund that back to you. If there are damages to that environment or you violate our contract in some way, which is highlighted under this $200 contract guarantee forfeiture, you'll forfeit that $200 contract guarantee. If you sign a contract this year and you realize next year you want to come back and live with us, we just carry that $200 contract guarantee deposit with you. So you'll sign it and pay it that first year. You don't have to pay it a second year. It just follows you as long as you stay living on campus. So let's say you have read all of this contract. You go down to the bottom and you actually get to sign your name with the mouse. It can be a little tricky. So Brutus Bulldog. Like I said, it's a little tricky, it's a little messy. It's okay if yours isn't perfect. Um, just acknowledging that you've attempted to sign it is okay. So you'll click that continue button. It's going to remind you that you haven't paid that $200 contract guarantee and you're required to submit that before you can complete this. You'll be given the ability to pay via a credit card or an e-check payment. If you're not ready to do either of those things, we encourage you to leave the application right now. You can click the home button and come back to it at a later date. The next page is a personal information page. So what time of day do you normally wake up? What time of night do you wake up, or do you go to sleep? A messy or clean environment, noisy, loud environment, or quiet environment. You get to fill out this questionnaire. You're able to search roommates via this questionnaire, so be sure if you want to select all these times or you want to select one of the times, you're able to do that. In the roommate suite mate search, you can actually search very specific. You want to see anybody who wants a clean room, wants a quiet room, whether they're a smoker or not, whether you want to live with somebody who smokes. Just as that reminder, all of our residence halls are smoke-free, which means they can't smoke in the room or in the building. They have to be outside to smoke. So be sure to fill out this questionnaire before you move on. You'll click, oh, I gotta click something. We'll click those. We'll click continue. It's going to process that. It's going to take you to the payment page. Again, its amount to pay is at $200, and it's going to ask what type of method you'd like to use. I'm going to use a credit card, so I click continue, and we're going to specifically use a MasterCard. Okay, my number's entered, and my security code is entered. The name of my card is Brutus Bulldog. And then we'll put in our street address for billing purposes. And then you can also submit that daytime phone number. Once you've done all that, you click the continue button. It's going to say payment information processed. Please wait. It's going to redirect you. And then the last screen you'll handle is the meal plan screen. So at this point in time, it's going to ask you to select a meal plan. It just details all the differences of what the difference is between all the meal plans and also the rate of each meal plan. I'm going to select the Platinum meal plan. I really enjoy eating. I get a lot of guest passes, so my parents can come up and I can swipe them into the Rock or the Quad Cafe, and then I get 350 Bulldog Bucks. Bulldog Bucks work kind of like a debit card system. You preload money onto it, and then you just use that money. So all the Bulldog Bucks can be used at the retail venues on campus. So we have multiple Starbucks locations, Fresh and Smoothies, our restaurants over in the University Center on our Quad Cafe type style side, and then at the market next to the Rock. Let's say you go to Starbucks and you get a $5 drink and you swipe your Bulldog Bucks. If you have the Platinum meal plan, it's then going to say that you have 345 Bulldog Bucks instead of 350. So it just kind of takes it as a running total. Bulldog Bucks roll over from the fall semester into the spring semester, but they do not roll over from year to year, from the spring to the fall. So if you have the Platinum meal plan on both the fall semester and the spring semester, that's a total of 700 Bulldog Bucks. You can use 300, let's say you only use 200 in the first fall semester. In the next semester, those 150 will roll over into that next semester. They will not roll over at the end of the year, though. So we'll click Submit. It's going to give us a receipt. You're welcome to print this page, take a picture of it with your phone, some kind of record of it. We'll click the Home button, and as you see, it automatically put me into a room selection process so that we're able to go in and select a room. In the next tutorial, we'll talk about selecting roommates and suite mates, room selection, and how to change your dining plan.